What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to another major market breakdown. You know how we always started off with DXY. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and hit that like button, sub button, and that bell icon. All that is going to tell the algorithm this good content needs to get pushed forward. And you guys saw the title. You know this is going to be good content, and you know it needs to get pushed forward. But without further ado, DXY went into this super bearish tilt here with everything chilling out with the war and the ceasefire happening, them opening up the Strait of Hormuz. But thing that you know every weekend they hit with a headline and they kind of same thing as last week. We're doing it again. So they reclosed the strait on the back end of yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I saw the headline like midday yesterday, I think, something like that. Not mistaken. So I haven't checked through all my sources this morning just yet. Something actually just came through. Hold on. Just in, Iran has no plan to send negotiators to meet U.S. and Pakistan amid the naval blockade. Okay, so yeah. So sort of decoupling of the ceasefire and the talks to go along with. I mean, the ceasefire is still. I mean, nobody's been firing. It's still going on. But the talks have sort of broken down, and I think that how Vance came back from Pakistan and got in the media probably rubbed them the wrong way. I said it to my wife. I was like, they're not gonna like that. They might back just based off of that. But you know, we're starting to see that kind of play out. So likely gonna since it's back closed, likely gonna see oil and the US dollar gap up on the open. But if I'm being honest, the way that euphoria is kind of like come into play during all this, I think that like that rally for the dollar is gonna get sold heavily. And same thing for oil. I think any rallies on oil are gonna get sold. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't hate shorting that, but it'll be very, very low risk if I do, and I'll send it out to the platinum group chat. So if you're in that, be on the lookout for that setup, because I mean, like, we're bearish. I mean, like, clearly, depending on how Jack this wants to open up. Like, if it's not like too belligerent, which I don't think it would be. Like, I don't think it'd be like bigger than this gap here or anything like that. Then I'll probably short the rally, but we'll have to see how that price action kind of opens up for us. Where is all right? So EURUSD. So it trickled higher while volume was going down, really. So I'll say the this area must be really strong as far as the money that was placed on the side of the market to push price to go seek more liquidity this way, while volume was dying down here, as you can see. So that tells me this is probably a stronger rally. So I probably take a 38. Yeah, I like what the 38 looks like here. This little area right here for a buying opportunity. Yeah. I don't hate that at all. I take a short. It's not short. A small, a long position here. But if this level just doesn't play, then I'd expect it to find a little bit of solace here. And all of this is going to be, geopolitically charged because of, what's going on right now. So we're just going to have to stay updated on the goings-ons. AUD, NZD. Get rid of that. That's old. I know this is not one of our majors, but before I tend to sometimes forget about some of the setups that I want to give you guys on the show, and then I'll go through all the majors, and then I'll forget one of these crosses. AUD, NZD, very, 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 very strong. If I go over here to the Edge Finder, let me refresh it first real quick. I can give you a little peek. Yeah, so AUD NZD moved up from a +7 a few days ago to a +11 score. So it stuck out to me, and I really, 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 really want to trade it. But I need to pull back. So I saw this little wick here. I was like, okay, maybe if we could fill this in, then I'll get in there, and then it just zoop, went back higher instead of doing that. So I'm trying to find positioning here. With things kind of tensing back up overseas though, I believe that'll give us the opportunity to get in on this. My fib. It's like this area I have marked as my 50 zone, but I'm not liking the 50 lately. The 38's been getting respected more, so this is in a lot of markets. So I'm just willing to get in there, and then if we just fail rollover, I'll just close the trade. That'll look something like this. Something like that, but we're taking that. We're extending that. As the euphoria comes back into the markets, this is one of the FX pairs that just kind of I don't know, goes with it. So as anything kind of tensing up is probably gonna give this some downside. So we're seeing some tensing up going on. Iran stepping back from the talks, closing the strait again. But I mean, the blockade hasn't moved, so hopefully it just doesn't get really, really, pow out there. You know what I'm saying? And we can keep being diplomatic. Diplomacy is the answer here. But it seems like they want to be reckless. Gold. We did catch a cool little gold trade last week. Off of it bouncing off of this trend line here, which is pretty cool. Well, let me go back to my daily time frame. Look at the cloud. The cloud just that's so not typical. But I don't really want to trade gold. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna lie to y'all. The way the cloud is so it's literally sideways. It's pure chop. You know what I mean? It's a bearish cloud, but it's actually sideways on the daily. Now come down to the 4 hour. You get a little bit more context because you have all this right here, and then straight sideways basically. Right here from the 26th of March ish, the end of March to now, basically. All of April, we've just been chop. It's pricing higher slightly, but it's really what looks like to be a really, really, really big bear flag forming, sort of. But I could be wrong. But I mean, it did it here. Zip. it seems like the easiest path for gold to take would be to the downside here. I mean, there are some metals getting a bid, but it's like it's so choppy because like it's against the dollar, right? The opposite of dollar. Right, but like I think we may end up like soon seeing a kind of an inverse in that usual, and where we're seeing gold reprice lower at the same time seeing the dollar reprice lower. It's not impossible, and it has happened a few times. Um, it's not typical, but it does happen. But we do have our 200 here. We're not, we're above it slightly. I get on the 4 hour, I guess. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just there's just not really much conviction here from a fundamental standpoint and on the chart. I mean, like on the chart, if I was only to say like, okay, we're just paying attention to the chart, not fundamentals, then it is probably a pretty clean sell. If you're only risking like this area high, maybe what I mean. And it just like impulsing down from here, which is like possible, and somebody's probably gonna trade that if it happens. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, somebody's trading it. But I'm just not. I'm without much conviction. I'm not willing to trade it until now. We'll say like we break. What would let me start looking at this out here if we break this here with conviction. Oops, I didn't mean to move it. We break through that with conviction, then yeah, like I'll take the trickle down to test this out here, because that's likely what it'll do. But I mean, like I don't know. I feel like we're probably gonna get like a push higher, than like more choppier. It's just kind of like, but we've been chopping for a little while, so it's sort of time for an impulsive move. So like if you love gold, trade it. But I'll be more so focused on my majors. Let me see, GBPUSD and that AUD NZD trade. Like that. So much going on out there. I'm really looking for. This looks super bearish. This looks like it's like gonna just like dump lower here. The opportunity. I mean, it's really like sitting there on my chart and my levels. Really, you just keep it. Oops, wrong one. You keep it simple. You keep it simple. Wait for it to reprice down into this. Supply, boom. Buyers get active. Hopefully we don't get wicked out or nothing like that. As long as this level holds up, we're kind of good to go. Kind of good to go there. Still have that old alert there. But I'll definitely set a new one right there. Yeah. You keep it simple. It's relatively easy as long as you just kind of know what's going on. Now let's take a look at what everybody wants to look at real quick. Nas Donda here. Probably gonna get a gap lower. Probably gonna get a good mean gap lower, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I would like it to gap this low. I mean, it's probably not gonna gap this low, but it'll hopefully open up like right here ish, something like that, right around this where this EMA is, and then kind of like trickle, give us some volatility, a wick, boom, we're in there, because I really want to get in on this 25.2, 25.3 ish level here. But I mean, like, I'm not a rock. I can't. I can be malleable to these markets. Yeah, if price decides to only, give real stoppage, show that like buyers are strong, like right here, then I'll go ahead and get in. I'm just gonna manage my sizing accordingly so that it's a safe trade. You know what I'm saying? Because we protect capital first. You dig what I'm saying? Did I? Well, Bitcoin's my baby. Got that entry in last week. I got stopped out in profit for that entry, so I'm looking for another entry. And let me tell you guys. So I sent an entry out to the Platinum chat before I went to sleep last night, and it was like, it's like right here. Let me get a line. It was like right here, man. So I woke up and saw that it like pushed down and it said, "Nope, I'm good." And right away, I woke up with a little bit of irritation. I ain't gonna lie, a little bit of irritation. But we're gonna see how Sunday plays. I mean, like the way that that dip got bought right there. Like I don't know. I think we're probably just gonna like we close higher than shoot. Let me go my 4 hour. Hold on. Man, we closed higher than 76K today. That's like a buy stop for me. Like closing higher than 76K today on Sunday, April 19th is like a buy stop for me. Basically. Now, granted, because of how, things are kind of going back to how it was like a week and a half ago, may trickle down and tap and close this little, not close, but fill in this little wick at 73 that I wanted to see originally, but we just didn't get. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how price action decides to treat us. We are getting we started to get a good bit of not a good bit, but a little decent bit of bearish volume, and it's like a similar amount pushed us from 72 all the way down to 70K. You know what I mean? So it's not like crazy for like if sellers really want to come in and into the market on open, we just shrink down to here before we find more buyers and go higher. But we'll be sitting around waiting. I'm gonna be on the charts all day. It's kind of more of a chart heavy week for me, just because some other things have been kind of worked out for me to just kind of put my eyes over here where I I'm comfortable with them being. Get my admin stuff done, get the videos done, and I'm just pure managing all day. You know what I'm saying? But last but not least, actually no, that was all the majors, right? No. See, actually, see, this is where I am supposed to pull up a random chart, like whatever chart that somebody's asking me to mark up. So like when you guys see this video, right? Put a asset, whether that be a futures, NQ, that'd be crypto, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, whatever it is. If you guys have a chart specifically you want me to mark up, give you analysis on, put it in the comments so I can do it. Right? Folks don't be putting much in the comments. Like, don't get me wrong, the comments we do get, letting me know I did a good video and whatnot. I appreciate it. Don't think I don't appreciate those comments. But I would like you guys to let me know what you guys want to see the most or want to trade the most, which you're the most comfortable with, so that I can kind of, put a little bit of focus there, you know, and you know, kind of, I'm trying to be an asset to the audience. You know what I'm saying? But if you made it this far, that means you got some value out of this. So go ahead and hit that like button, that bell, and that sub icon. All that tells the algorithm. Sometimes I gotta slow it down because people say I be talking a little fast at the end of the videos. All that tells the algorithm is good content, and it needs to get pushed forward. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.